Yemo bibia kwaba. Dear Afenyo Markins, stop lying. Jantroni di. Na wish you well for this government. Na also uye nipa uye gane ni. Inti mupese muba abaimu, mupese muba abaimu, muka abaimu no. Muba anye the same good people of Ghana. Ena mube sumomo. Inti se NDC se omube ya. What is your problem? What is your problem, Afenyo? Minority leader. Micro, mini, small, petite, funny, one, ketwa minority leader. What will you get when you take this? I mean, when you speak bad about this government, it is too young. Leave John Dramani Mahama and his NDC government alone, because we gave you 8 good years in this country. We saw nothing but lies, squandering of resources, squandering of money, just misusing government resources. So why now? Ebiana won't here how mega I am ranting and bouncing, non here. Let me show you this video. I came across it on Yonko say video number. Yakoba Afenyo Markins one-on-one interview with omahene Asante. We part 1. Omahene Asante. We part 1. Bedroom. Yonko na yonko tinsem no. Yewe video no. Yakoba bidnaka ina ebeto aso. Mestro so subscribe no like it body no share. Na foforo enye biahwe. Hanom your number 1 authentic platform Mega TV. Yeguso SM the best of news ever. Yonko tinsem no. And from omahene Asante. Any Afenyo Markins.
Oh, Bakwaba.
Eja. Why?
Well, you meet me with a smile, but it's not that easy.
So you want to do pound for pound this morning? Is that why you are here?
I wouldn't be bothered about that because more distraction for the focus of this government, you know, very unfair. Maybe for lack of a better word, and good governance is not built on that focus and a leg of distractions that are called for and constructive. It's sad.
Okay, so give me an example of distraction.
For instance, the letter that the open letter to the president. You are directing the president what he's supposed to do.
Oh, but have you read the letter?
I've just read it.
Oh,
the intent. Clearly, the intent.
Okay.
Quoting relevant portions of the Constitution and all those things. That's you. So, in your estimation, you think that the president has gone contrary. In Parliament, we are seeing how you guys are going about the activities over there.
My chair or Ashofano pay. No one would say him. It's good to be here. Always. And I'm happy to be here.
Always.
Our platform, no, it allows for a good discussion and to allow you to think on your feet. So first, Omahene Mahama 2017 May. Or yet Twitter be or Twitter there and wana aban ayanadwin there obey you because of transition period employment, you know. Those people are citizens of Ghana and that it amount to discrimination. And sabi saben loose nutuma na saben fufore ba on nchede nzema waye nyina no wombongo. And to be honest with you, true to it, those people who were recruited in December 2016 were never sacked. Omahene, I challenge any NDC ni biara the American on the unfair evidence in bra. I know of recruitment in Yoko, FIC, GRA, EPA, many institutions. In fact, for some of these institutions, interviews were conducted in the evenings. I don't want to use the word night, after NDC had lost elections. Recruitment into immigration, fire service, police, and all that were done after the NDC had lost power. Now, let me tell you, go and check 2017 March. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo graduated. Oh no, oh yeah, the guest of honor for the graduating parade. Ewo fosu for immigration for all others that were in training. MPP and touching Nipo Krumpo. Never. Go and check the records. It is a yen yanum warrior nehu. Oya sefim oya roho. And saying to me yanka. Omanu onkoye.
Obeka can nekwanso.
Of course. That is why it easy.
Obeka can nekwanso because you are talking about a flag bearer of a party. Our opposition, our can sembi. Now our ba be mabe say asemo kan no. Need the akoso bra oti akonya so no different because the letter from the chief of staff says adwumaku mpanyimfo nyina momma enipa no ho abakosem wo de abawi there's another letter that follows up to say esan say ye pese ye boama amanyo sem ye papa ekoso nti good governance nyoma bi akoso right after abato etu ye nti no montwentwen ana ebetwa saa nyoma na akoso nyina. Why do you use 2024 opposition flag bearer who is not on top of what the reality was or is to say oh they are not now they call? Is that possible?
Oh, omahene, when the man was in opposition 2017 and ought there aben Akufo-Addo na ben question certain recruitment, you know, he was out there in the public space. Yesterday I raised it on the floor of the house, condemning that possible action, and said there, look, whatever it was, you know, nimpa no egani, those were the words of President Mahama. I would want you to play some of these things and show the Twitter, I mean what he tweeted, okay, to the Ghanaian public. Now, za orakano on so in a sense there. First, also recruitment one appointment letters after December 7th. Okay? Meanwhile, if the letters are some of these state institutions were issued now. Some people were recruited and given letters as far back as July 2024. Ibinuma Yejuma since October, September. Now, some of the institutions, they are not government subvented institutions. Some of the institutions, and they are limited liability companies, save that Aben Oye the sole shareholder.
Exim.
Now, some of these institutions, you know, they have their own IGF. They generate their own revenue. They pay on their own. Some of the banks. All right, so they are not even on government payroll roller. Those recruitments will affect fiscal policy of government in any way. Two, some of them that you are saying they were recruit one December. Omahene, recruitment is not a one-day event. It is a process. Meaning some of these institutions, you know, where you interview, where your aptitude test, acquire medicals, and all. So if for some reason Obini letter were issued December 28, saying that the appointment takes effect in January, you have come as a government. I'm not saying they don't do audits, but omahene's all kodono mass dismissal, and you as a respected media house, you think it is normal that Ghana for in Brenton and Ketesia Nyankopona dum when you juma ya wo jiwonezi da won katenefi wo be den wezisi won mame no wo be den wa hwe won ndru yer baby reho won a wo be den wa to edu amen kote ma dwenyi de abenze ni new budget reba in terms of budget reba, if you feel that there are vacancies or there further recruitment, you go ahead and recruit.
But you subscribe to the fact that
they will teacher for
also a form
Omahene, there are a lot of teachers are for one. Yen schools people wa teacher for. And graduates, for instance, UEW. There were a backlog of Nkrofo graduate with BEd. What pay recruitment, diploma graduates. What pay teaching job in the GS. When your opportunity, you are sacking all of them in the nursing profession. You were nurses pia, what if you 1 year juma wa graduates. That's a wa for 1 way juma ma. Kenen with the Oroque Crassi Wakobon Bino Bon. Community health nurses. What for one a Juma? Warrior Juma. In yet the warrior Afenyo Markins Nejumo. In yet the warrior omahene Nejumo, warrior Afenyo Juma. They are nurses, public servants. Omahene, yenu anum NDC for no one shwenze mebiye. By the way, this is an advice to any political class. You see, sometimes politicians hear mistakes. What do you nesha yensa? Yen first target in there, yen crush yen opponent. It's a big mistake. I'm sure with time we will learn. I remember 2000 election after Kufuor had won. We saw a lot of things. People were saying, oh, NDC will collapse. NDC on so far VBO. By 2008, NDC was back into office. The same thing. 2008, when we lost power, oh, MPP, we are done with them. Chasing the elephant into the bush. By 2016, we're back. I'm saying that some of these attacks, can we as a political class use common sense to stop this
It's
matter?
only when you are in opposition, that's where you reason. It's only when you're in opposition.
To my person,
I'm sorry, but it's only when a politician is in opposition. That's where reasonability and rationality. All politicians become rational human beings when they're in opposition.
I would concede to that. Let me be fair. That's why I've called for a common sense approach. And I use the word the political class. Collectively, we all make a lot of mistakes. I admit. As is on trade. When power comes, there are a lot of times that we all make mistakes. I will admit it. I will not pretend that I am a saint or somebody is not a saint. But I'm saying that omahene do baby, we have to move on as a nation. Omahene, without taking myself out, the army is saying, look, I did a lot of night walking when we were in office. A lot of night walking where there were seeming injustice, when some of our friends will reach out to make sure they're there. I don't want to mention names on Kobando, in your busy in Komo Kukuma, or Pado, but very prominent NDC members. That is why these days, I send a text. I say, hey, bro, are you aware of this? Are you aware of this? I have all of them. The kind of interactions. If you court issues, then would reach out and look. For the sake of the country, the atmosphere, the mazi,
so all you did was to suppress illegalities.
No,
that's what you did.
I'm not talking illegalities. I'm talking about situations where politically you act in a manner who opponent before that he's been haunted. That's the point I'm making. I'm not talking about supporting, encouraging illegality. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that we must always have moderates in the political party. In Zemebi or one on Koyeya, Wobotu reach out to the extremists and tame them. That look, we don't need it as a country. And this is a time I expect the moderates in NDC to rise up and caution the extremists in their party, because are all kodono on ye. But then Berikano, if Yakana was won't say all these boys on the street, the youths, all these youths, you put them back to the streets, you'll be on your way out of government, the very government that you think you've worked for. If today Abba ebi obi oye MPP onye adwuma ye nti abanupo wanto, but today ebu enenwa when would some party or power and many adwuma nti so onka tene it's an eye opener.
But is that a tangent we need to go as a country?
No, that is where we should pull the brakes. And I'm saying that if you have won power today, and then this if one came with there, President Mahama were only 4 years. In 2028, they are bringing a new candidate. We are hearing Asiedu Nketia, we are hearing Julius Debra, we are hearing Harun Idrisu, we are hearing some other names. We have also heard Erikopoku. So they themselves, they should know that come 2028, they will have apathy issues to deal with.
Likewise, your party.
Of course, we've gone through it.
You have that challenge.
We've taken our bitter pill.
You have that challenge. Admit. Once you are pointing fingers.
I'll come there. Yeah? Can I finish one set of analysis? I'll finish one and I'll come to the other. On my hand. All right? Cool. Stop your mischief.
Cool. You can
Let me finish one thing. So they have apathy staring at them. Come 2028. Look at Parliament, for instance. A lot of the MPs are redundant. They said only 60. Now they have over 130 to deal with. People have no jobs. They've not been able to even get about 100 into the chamber because their MPs have become very redundant. Mm-hmm. They have that issue to deal with. They have internal issues, and then you have governance issues. You've made promises to Ghanaians. Say me deal with it. A government's job is to create jobs. A government, a bona fide of government is to create jobs. It's not to declare people redundant. It's not to take people out of jobs and declare them unemployed. A government's main bona fide is to create jobs and bring relief. Until we are na aba, and your public record is that sack them. Sack them.
Now I don't know how people can sack them when the watchword is in promotion of good governance.
Hey,
but why do you want to do that?
So no a brofo.
So papa.
Then what is the net effect? Sack them. What also one sack Ghana for one for
Obi biara
it doesn't. Okay, so do you know there's a legal word called ratification? Do you know a word called ratification? Ratification in law meaning that even if it is irregular, regularize it.
So you deliberately irregularities regularize.
Even if or you're irregular, you regularize it. Even if. Without admitting that there was irregularity.
So if they had called for suspension in place of revocation, because you did that in 2020, I think when the recruitment MP, health minister, Ajimamenu, nurses, it was on suspension.
No, that is when you have not completed the process. So you suspend it and then continue. They could have, but as we speak, Unkofa started Jumain, Obi Wajini pay 1 month, 2 months. People have been posted. Omain Kofuru soon. Oh Jesus Christ!
You are not in government, so you are not on top of what is happening.
Omain,
you are not in government.
Omain, people have been employed, posted. Some of these nurses were remote areas. Obi Bia, Obi Fi Winneba was now Kwako to Pandai. It's now unpack Wako rented. And Omain, do they care? No, man, listen, this thing is a serious matter.
The Ghana we want.
So the Ghana we want is that sack them. No, but that's what they've done. The Ghana we want, the NDC,
the Ghana
that
we want.
Ghanaians voted for came to say we are sacking workers.
We are building the Ghana we want.
Well, the reality is that Moframa Wewe University show oba tembi odini here ozahwe ne ba wako nursing ewie. Ozni here ozahwe ne ba wako university ewie. Wa fa na adwuma. The more ba ten no so nda ne ba ye adwuma bosomo so a obrain bibi kakra wo ne krase. Adam maami panyin no onya ahomka ne ba no ogi ne pe a mama fa bi koto eduru na fa hwe ho na se nda aban foforo aba inya da aban ne be no so ye ba fa nkrofo we adwuma osimi be yi nkrofo edi we yi won ezi so
in matters of this
have you seen people whose letters have been issued terminating their appointment?
I've seen a lot of
if they were irregular. Why the word termination? And you know, some of these public servants, you know, what office, you know, they are using a language there upon the directive from the chief of staff. We are terminating your appointment.
Directive.
So is it not sacking or mine? It's the upon directive. So you are terminating. None of the letters I have seen is stating there you were irregularly employed. None is saying that you were irregularly employed. None of them is saying that. They're saying that your appointment has been terminated. We are not, you are on probation, so we have suspended the employment process. So go home, pack, obisi there, take your pay and go. Today is your last day. February, whatever will be paid you pro rata and all that. Oh my, do we need that as a country? Sebi say MPP fumpo cancer. MPP fumpo wa ba abem wa ye mistake bi a ye the same mistake nti na Ghana for say that dey bi the mon from do nti won kofi nti awoso aba no do you continue the mon from do no e wa abem omahin let's get it straight me tie me here perfect our here perfect but with time we all improve get things done better.
What time should that be? When is that time?
That time is now.
Why was it not your time?
Oh, so if it was not my time, that is why I've paid for it. The reason why MPP is not in power is because MPP made some mistakes.
But Honorable Afenyo Markins, that's the mantra.
Because
I think
in governance you can never get it perfect.
The basis for this conversation is principle of the Ghanaian and the politician.
Which is
we lack principle as politicians.
Therefore, is it too late to initiate it?
Because I am hurt in 2017. Why don't you want to be hurt?
In 2017, steps were taken. I'm saying it again on authority there. In 2017, this mass sacking of youths who have been engaged never happened. I repeat it. Check it. Let somebody come and rebut me. Because I know of recruitment that took place in some public institutions. That became an issue, but the government said, let it go. Akufo-Addo, let NDC come and tell us that people who had been regularly employed, whether in December after the election in 2016 or before, were sacked. Let them bring evidence. Let them bring evidence and let's interrogate the issues. Whether somebody was employed in a state-owned enterprise after the 2016 election and upon assumption of office, those people were all sacked. It is true that during the vetting, Honorable Osafo raised it, that the transition period, it was not proper for certain recruitment to be made. But the NDC then explained and made this same argument today that the employment
government mandate.
Also the employment that they were making at the time, employing people, or a process, and some had started even before the election. I'm saying that I know state institutions that were employing drivers, graduates, none of them, not a single one, in the security services, not a single one, not a single individual who was recruited under NDC in December. None of the persons are work training in December 2016. Look, Akufo-Addo presided over their graduation. Go and check the record of mine. Truth is one. No kwaya yakrope. Yen yonu NDC for 1 year awoye no. Na onyinda wachira 4 years onyechiro. Omahin 4 years onyechiro. 4 years onyechiro. Oya meka me say, yen na say na MPP winning. Akufo-Addo ba power. De obia nenyu age yenye 169 seats in parliament. 8 years aba. Akufo-Addo is not in power. NDC has taken over. Me say, hey, yen na say na at the most of blessed memory. On winning 2008 election. I go position chasing the elephant into the bush. 4 years. Another 4 years. Ni twumuko. So yen dwen nkwechi. Na yen je there. My party aba oninti me bese yaze.
But Jinaha, Nyoma politics of deception and then lack of principle on all of us are part admitted. I don't know jibre say bre titru Ghana sika etna say with this transition but we are implementing what the act says becomes a difficulty for all of us. Why?
So we do smooth transition at the highest level. Then when it goes down, we disrupt it. And I'm saying that this is a matter that as a political class, we should sit and know that, look, enough is enough. Omahene,
how do we arrive at this point? Because we are talking.
Because we have a law.
If you go to Asante region,
we have a law.
Most of these offices,
Omahene, we have a law. Can we go by the law? And then I raised an issue in Parliament. Honorable Minta Kando, Health Minister, will be making statement about cholera outbreak in meningitis. In his submission, he talked about this gap at the local government level, which affect implementation of government policy. Straight away, I realized that look, Professor Mills Oye Bibi, when he came into office, that the MMDC should stay until a new person was nominated. Then there will be smooth transition, which was very good. NDC, they were sworn in on the 7th. By on the 9th, letters had been issued. As we speak, all our assemblies, no leadership. All the assemblies across the nation. We don't have metropolitan chief executives, municipal chief executives. We don't have DCs. All right? You leave the country, the local governance, in the hands of civil servants. And you need a certain political direction. Civil servant, all you need to because by need training, or you neutral, on to take firm decision. So, Minta cannot express his frustration. That even at that level, saying, when you're civil servant to be a why you're ready, then look, let me go all out. Things will stagnate. Why is it taking the government too long? Knowing that, okay, we want to terminate the appointment of Akufo-Addo's appointees. Be ready. At least we have a local government minister. We in Parliament fast-track the process of our confirmation for them. In the government too long. Knowing that, okay, we want to terminate the appointment of Akufo-Addo's appointees. Be ready. At least we have a local government minister. We in Parliament fast-track the process of our confirmation for them. A local government minister has been in office for some 3 weeks. What is he waiting for? Why are they not expediting the process of nominating MMDCs? What is stopping them? All right? Of course, subject to getting qualified candidates. In the Ekaphobia, when one call class 6 and one call JHS simple is on MC. In that process, I'm not sure the people would be happy with you. You know, Ifutu, for instance, you know, they are not getting qualified candidates.
They are not getting.
No, they are not getting a qualified. I'm saying they are not getting a qualified. No. I'm saying that they need a qualified candidate. No. They need somebody who has the competence. What I'm saying that, for instance, in the Futu, if they don't bring a competent person, the person will not get.
But that's not for you to say.
Yeah, but they need to bring a.
But that is not for you to say.
At the local government
that is not for you to say.
Yes, but we need a competent person to assist in governance. We can't get anybody there. Why?
So you're thinking is because that the president and the entire team will throw anybody at the
who party win power and TC or Miley, Alele, come and be an MC. Or Miley, Alele, second deputy woman organizer, second deputy organizer, to come and be MC.
But a party reward. You did that for your party people.
So we should allow an Olele to become an MC.
Who is Olele?
No. It's just by way of example. Ebia Zin, Mesebia, Olele, Beye, MC. Olaile and Olele, Ebia Wanko, Class 6. Ebia was.
But does it really matter?
No, in governance on Yamoframago. No, you must understand the issues. You can't just get up and get into governance.
But if we get back into how you engage our DCs and MCs.
If you allow incompetence at the local level, it will affect governance. That is the truth.
But that's what we've done to ourselves as a country.
Then we read in the speech. Or committee bina, you know, what's one thing, what is the person's own vision?
So I give you. So your prescription say,
there must somebody who can do the work. That is all.
How do you see that somebody?
Oh, you must have certain minimum qualifications. At least who school some. One kasa background as an individual, here in the community. Apart from your party work, you should bring something on board. You should be a tolerant person, somebody who is development oriented, somebody who is a go-getter. As for choosing your party member, it is your own bona fide. That one we can't stop you. It definitely will be a known party member, but that known party member must have the requisite skills. That is the point I'm making. That's the point I'm making. And as we speak, there is a huge vacuum at the local governance level. We don't have political leaders. It's affecting governance. Is that what we want?
Okay, so if you've just joined that, the Minister for Afenyo Markins, minority leader in Parliament now. By the way, when your invitation to these national conversations.
Oh, one friend. I mean,
then educational conversations.
They didn't invite us. I'm the minority leader. I don't have any letter. All they are so-called.
But you need to be invited. It's a national dialogue.
Have they not invited stakeholders? Omahene, stop it. Omahene, stop it. Omahene,
you are the minority leader.
Omahene,
and I'm saying that
Omahene,
you need
so
to
you
be
go
invited.
and you go and grade crash. You go and grade
But
crash.
it's a national discourse.
The national discourse you invite, please. You know it. Omahene, you know it.
Are you saying you've not been written to?
Omahene, call them and ask.
Your party too.
Call them and ask. By the way, Omahene, by the way, these are guys who came in with one manifesto. Anna, where is their manifesto? What manifesto no way?
Because of the rot they've come to meet.
Omahene, what manifesto no way?
Because of the rot they've come to meet.
Rot is what?
There's a need for a total auditing in these two areas.
Auditing of what?
One, the economy. Two, our educational sector. And the president talks about areas that need reforms.
Omahene, they are not on their own. They don't get it. And this they don't get it. They don't get it. This is a party that came into office with its own manifesto, a blueprint for implementation of policies. And here, we had our blueprint. We rolled them out. Roll yours out and let's see. They are trying to disown their policies so that we can and here you know, or yeah, dialogue na the yet bear na ibinum wase. Own it, own up.
Now, I don't know, person who free. Say, na me wo bia bi na menim de cause my back to bia from. Me hunu say magic Ghana ni bia adwene about additional.
No, you said you had your own manifesto. Where is the NDC manifesto?
But it is there.
Look,
complementing what you're going to do.
In governance, political party Babema was in a manifesto. When you are voted into office, that manifesto is a social contract. Implement it.
But so say social contracts how do you political parties?
Didn't you hear them some years ago work at their homegrown solution?
Of course. But
wasn't Crawford Cross Senchi? Do you remember? Do you remember the Senchi Accord? Do you remember the Asante Accord? Okay, see him. I'm saying that enough of the talking. Mr. President, stop the talk, walk the talk.
He's walking it.
Mr. President, walk the talk. Walk the talk. They've been sweeping the account of institutions. Institutions need money to operate. Release their money to them. Government institutions need money to operate. What's Kenya? Abanye sweep.
How?
Someone. Aban ejumayafu pi woko wana account ma wosika abanya aje we sweep ninya from the account. Be someone.
But we are an experienced lawyer and a politician. You also don't make a sweeping statement like that.
No, this is not a sweeping statement. Didn't you hear the GS war complaint? Ante. Emina Makai. Has government answered them? Obini sika why a budget? What's a institution A, Wusikenyi, institution B, Wusikenyi. Aben from nowhere without recourse. We sweep one Sikenyi if you want to account him. For what? They have to come and explain. They have to come and explain. Omahene, share what's it? Actually, so one you want it in an edembia. Anna. Actually, owa na ye won tintin ye dem
can aponcheni
owa na ye won tintin and na Olaro timi so okay bibi what the gods are not to blame. Also all the frogs are lying prostrate with time belly ache
with time
with time belly ache.
So you are marking that time
miss with time.
So this tells you that Afenyo Markins does not think well for this country. According to the last statement do make this is part 1, the part 2 ebeba. Because Afenyo Markins, it seems say the wish any aim, any objectives, any HSM, the opeso unya, any say this aban ebe faili no mudi omaba. But the sounds you are no good you are not good citizen as you have been claiming. As you have been claiming, no, you're a good citizen. You are not a good citizen. So you're a good citizen. At least you're the mobile. So why don't you support a brother for a brother to build a country? Now to one of belly ache with time and those and all sort of and you see, and we Ghana for, let me tell you, don't ever think of bringing MPP at this crucial moment. Obianya menya wadwin se mudi MPP babio, because MPP as a political party, they don't mean well for this country. They don't mean well. Read my lips. They don't mean well for Ghana. Senkentisa enka ye momo the maximum time of 8 good years ewukruma. Ade omudi ya ni se omulutu omanwe omuton omanwe japade omuton omanwe nsase omuton omanwe chese I don't even understand. Hotels I belong to this country now. Sanya okuja tabla kwa enka this Brain Champon guy nearly took Ghana's property. Brain Champon enka ofa Ghana japade. And he got the nerves to stand somewhere and say, and where is he? He's nowhere to be found. Also a berima, but he's nowhere to be found. This guy got the nerves and talk as if the whole country belongs to his lineage. You see, Ayana sometimes you move in get things right. MPP government, they don't think about Ghanaians. And let me tell you once and for all. It you say NDC failing a confirm people bar. Massa from frying pan to fire. From what? Flying pan to fire. To fire. Sometimes maybe brofu and me move me because of the program we are addicted to tree. We are addicted to certain tree be one man brofuness. Different tautology. The mechanic can don't mark my words. Don't mark my what? My English. Let me say it in that way. Don't mark my English. I mean, don't be expecting much. Don't be expecting good English from Mega. But I will tell you the truth. My kind of natural. We are all trying to learn the English. So Afenyo Markins how omahene Asante is giving him back to back, questions and answers. I like it. Omahene, we ni say yankasa could be antago with MPP. Although maybe we MPP crana, that's we fair in your what? In your post a bebo. I dear John the money Muhammad. Kufa Dubai will be 8 years. You who said any be. And one is on them and all down crofo. So moon sorry. Engineer now on Chiomo. And it is sad. It is really sad. So Afenyo Markins, say I dear you John Muhammad. Go and sit down and watch television. Ube hu ade kroye. Se hu de Yewra John Muhammad, go and sit down and do what? Listen to radio. Ube hu de Muhammad. He is working and actively working for Ghanaians. What I say? Enti sa adwon bone na ehye utirim. Ye twen man di se feli na ye dia ye propaganda no. Hey, and ye nyamba so. In the 2027, 2028, you have no message to campaign about. You have no message. Some say mumpe new ideas, mumpe fresh ideas, and famba magana for yen tona say a NDC for down for na mode badia. You people should stop it. You people should forget it and go and sit down, because Ghanaians will not buy such hypocritical analysis. Obie Ghana for yen so. In fact, we are wise enough. In fact, Ghana we are wise enough. We are not going to tolerate it. We are not tolerate it or lines any musuba bonino. We are not going to tolerate that. This time around, I'm sorry, you get it wrong. You get it wrong. And meme yako kuti part 2 no, but anyway part 2 no next broadcast into me so say share part 2 na mess also subscribe to your channel no na wa like dwumadi na wa share na foforo gye bia hwe ha no number 1 authentic platform Mega TV. You go so 7 year 7 the best of news ever. What you say? The way Afenyo Markins mini small petite just a little few minority leader. I don't know. Upon pill ediamano mini micro minority. Remember me cheba for United States of America. Mami yankupo ishiraw. Mambiro ebi o UK yankupo nyema make see. Obi bia hwe Mega TV. Yankupo ishiraw. Makra bye bye.